What's going on, guys? This video, it's kind of a like sweet bitter end. For those of you that's been watching my channel for a while, I don't really care about this deal that's going on. Their games are okay to me, but it's never been one of those things where I need them to like feel like I'm accomplishing the majority of the gaming that I like to perform. Call of Duty to me's been okay, but it's never been like extravagant. I feel like the biggest game that Activision, Blizzard, and King have that I captivate towards is like Overwatch, but that's besides the point. Let's talk about this, man. The CMA has officially blocked the acquisition or merger, however you guys want to say, on Microsoft and Xbox, Microsoft, and Activision and Blizzard and King. So let's go over here real quick. So this is officially what they said on Twitter. We prevented Microsoft from purchasing Activision over concerns that the deal would damage competition in the cloud gaming market, leading to less innovation and choice for the UK. We've said for a while that this is the biggest thing that they should have really fought over, was that. What I like here is they're like, yo, they're pretty much saying, we gonna smack you in the face and we gonna tag you in it. I love the ruthlessness, man. I love the ruthlessness. So where does this lead? Obviously, from a legal standpoint, Microsoft probably has more options. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what the process is for stuff like this. But as a consumer, I just want it to end. If the FTC block it, just drop it, Xbox. I just feel like the odds of winning this, and I'm not a lawyer, maybe Hogue or someone over there will tell us exactly what we need to know when it comes to stuff like this. But being a content creator, an influencer, I'm a podcaster, I'm tired of talking about this. We've been talking about this for the longest time. And I think you guys, just as well as I, we want to talk about more stuff. We want to talk about games. And it feels like the whole industry has been put on hold because of this deal. You have PlayStation not willing to do any PlayStation showcases that it looks like, because they don't want to show big cards that, they can compete without Call of Duty. And then you have Xbox kind of holding some of their hand back because they don't want to see like they don't need Call of Duty. It's been a giant game of cat and mouse. And I, for one, am tired of it. Obviously there's a lot of money going around. Money makes the world go around. So clearly it's probably not over. I would 100% expect Microsoft to continue fighting for this. I hope that this can get stuff going again. If the CME blocks it, the CMA, they have one that's in the EU. I think that's what it's called. FTC. If all of them block the deal, it's done. Unless Microsoft has back channels to be able to take them to court, because to my knowledge, it like ends with them unless you take them to court. They might take them to court. Who knows? We might not be over with this. But to me, as a content creator, and I'm sure to a lot of you, as viewers and content creators yourselves, I'm done with this. I want to talk about Fable. I want to talk about Perfect Dark. I want to talk about a brand new Banjo-Kazooie. And I feel like as long as this deal is going around, we're not going to get those, because they're going to always keep stuff really close to the chest in fears of having something preventing them from buying this studio. Look, I assume that there's going to be repercussions if this deal doesn't go through. A lot of people I see on Twitter are like calling for Phil Spencer's head. I don't know why. He doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on here. It's mainly just, look, the deal was brought up and it looks like it might not go through. I'm kind of curious what happens to that money. It's like, what, $90 billion with a B? I don't know if they just put that money back in their piggy bank or they take that money and they spend it. Because right now with inflation, they probably should spend it, and that's probably not all just the gaming industry. They're in multiple industries. I do feel like they're spending the most money on gaming because they see a huge growth there in the future. And I think that some of that money will go back in the gaming industry. Now, I don't think if this deal doesn't go through, and like I said, I don't know the logistics. Things could clearly still happen and they could still win this. But I feel like, to me, as the outside looking in with no knowledge whatsoever on like lawyer stuff, because I'm not an attorney, I feel like this is over. Now, obviously, like I said, there's probably back channels that they can go through. They're probably going to take these people to court. Now, I'm curious if the FTC denies it too. Will Microsoft fight two country organizations at the same time? Part of me feels like they might, and the other part of me feels like we're not going to spend more money on this. It's very slow chance it gets approved, and I think their biggest thing is like, we got to do what makes sense. Now, let's say this thing doesn't go through. What happens then? You know, hopefully content will get back to normal, and we'll talk about normal stuff. But I do think that they wanted Call of Duty for Game Pass. Obviously, there's nothing to replace Call of Duty. Let's get that clear now. Call of Duty can never be replaced. I do think that if they can't get that title, other studios maybe not have those type of things, but I do think other studios have, smaller studios have stuff that you could put in the service to make it more appealing. Now, you know, I don't think they're going to go after an EA or Ubisoft, but I think, you know, maybe Sega, Capcom to a certain degree. They're going to want to stick out of the big publishers. Now, Capcom might even be one of those big publishers, but I do think it's more realistic than buying Activision. But anyway, you know, I'm curious what you guys feel. Are you just as relieved as I am? Once again, we don't know if this is going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. All we know is the CMA has blocked the merger. I don't know if there's anything they can do to do that. You know, maybe Microsoft's like, we're still going to pass it. We're just not going to sell our stuff in your country. And I think with Xbox that wouldn't work. But if Microsoft came up to the CMA and was like, look, you guys played ball, you made your call. Well, we're giving you an ultimatum. You either let us get this in there, or we pulling everything Microsoft related out of your country. That feels like career suicide to me. I don't think Microsoft would ever do that. But I'm curious to know if they did give them that ultimatum, would the CMA change their stance? Because I feel like at that point, it's beyond them. It's political. And I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't think it's ever going to get that far. But I do think Microsoft isn't done playing politics with these things. I just don't know how many more. I don't know how many more moves they have. That's my opinion. You know, definitely go check out Hoglaw on them. I'm sure they'll have way more in-depth conversations going on. But as me personally, let's just drop this and get back to regular stuff, man. That's all I want. Let's get back to regular programming. Let's get back to developing studios. Let's get back to nurturing studios. Let's stop talking about Activision and Blizzard and King. We don't need to talk about it no more. It's a wrap. But put in the comment section below, man. I'm curious to your guys' opinion. Do you think this is over? I think it's about a 70-30. 70% it's over. But there's that 30% that Microsoft comes in, hits them with that right-left hook right after this. I hope it's over. But that's just my opinion. Put in the comment section below, guys. And until next time, I appreciate all the support I've been getting. This is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.